Hey y'all. I know I should be coming in
Good
here.
morning, podcast world.
We is back.
How's everybody doing?
Are y'all surviving? I know we're just surviving with our lower gas, but higher everything else, With them low eggs, baby, we can do anything.
Medicaid gonna be cut. All that's about to be cut, but we here. We're back, guys, and we promise. Life be life, and it's so much going on in the world today, and then in personal lives. So we have to kind of we're gonna get it together. We're gonna get it together.
Yes.
Confident woman and Atira Wellness. We are here, even though you guys may not see us, but we're constantly working behind the scenes to make things happen. And we haven't done a show, I think, since February, but it's okay because we're going to give you guys something that you can definitely sit back, relax, have some popcorn, and just hold on to.
Yes, we've been doing a lot of planning, as well as putting a lot of things in place. Planning means nothing if we ain't doing nothing to put it in place. So, when doing a lot of relationship building and learning, so that when we do jump back, and y'all be like, wait a minute, I see too much of these heifers. I went from nothing to something, and we're gonna be like, see, we told you.
Right. We're gonna make you happy. We promise we're gonna make the rest of your summer happy. We definitely gonna make the fall happy. The winter time and everything, because people don't like to go nowhere when it be cold outside. But we just, things just be, going on. I went from a braid journey of over 4 years to now I've joined Shakara on the lock journey. It just started June 4th, but I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen when you start locking up and everything. And we just have a lot. We have a lot to cover. We really have a lot to cover, especially when we're talking government, politics, and I want to slap y'all president. So yes, we definitely have a lot to cover. And Democrats, they so weak, they so spineless, and we're gonna each week we're gonna catch up. We're gonna do something differently that covers everything that's going on to get us to this point where we are, and then we'll branch off and and then it'll be a weekly thing. We got you guys. We promise. We got you. We got you.
Now, Stacey just said something that we can apply to both politics and people. She said that the Democrats are spineless. So think about, you have people who have the intentions to do the right thing for the masses. They have a great plan, their vision is great, but they don't have the balls to put the plan in place. What do you do, or what do you feel? And I think I want to separate it from the Democrats and then general, and then we can put it together. But how do you feel we can put some fire under the asses of these great ideas, these things that will move people, that will move the masses, that are very helpful, but you don't have the balls to do it?
First of all, what we have to understand is politics is not a loving, kind person's game. If you love people and care about people and want the best for people, then don't get into politics because they're ruthless. And at the end of the day, they want us to feel like that the Democrats love us and care, but they really don't. They all about themselves. And talking from experience, when I ran in November 2022 for the State House representative position here in Georgia in Cherokee County, when you attend the meetings and everything, and knowing me, I'm radical. So now I'm speaking on behalf of the people. What we gonna do to help the people? You guys talk about motivating them, but what are we gonna give them to motivate them to make them want to come out of politics again? And that's not what they want, not even on the Democrat side. So don't let them fool you to think that it's like we can make it better, it's going to be better. No, because if it could, then it would have never gotten to this point, because it's about the people. And I say that because the people voted Trump in, not just the Democratic Party. the people voted Trump in. So we have to look at the whole picture. What we have in America is a problem called racism. And will it ever change? Probably not. Probably not, because you have your Joe Bidens and your Trumps and everything. When they're younger, they come out hardcore racist. We can't stay. We don't want our kids around no black people. We don't want them being educated. We're like, whoa, we don't want to teach this. But then as they start to get older, start hitting the 90s and stuff. Now they're trying to have a little bit of change of heart, and they want to try to do a little something for the people. But it's too late. It's going to be up to the people, and they're protesting all around the world. They protest all around the country, rather. Well, actually, the world, because they protesting everywhere on what's happening in America. Because once America completely falls, then the country gonna have some problems. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a problem because for so long they've been living. You know what I'm saying? It's been building their country off what America does.
America's
But now
doing,
that they see America is not who she says she was. And I hate people felt like that she was also great. Now she's great for the racists and the privileged people, which would be the white people. She's great for that. And when I say white, I mean Italian, Jews, they white. Okay. They are white. They may say that they're not white, but at the end of the day,
when you look at them, they white.
It's mine or Shakara's. If you don't have a little, you white. You know what I'm saying? And they allow a South African man who had just took a country through the apartheid to come over here and try to do the same thing with our country that's supposed to be free. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be it has to be a cleansing. America's going to have to do a cleansing because she has so much blood on her hands, not only from slavery, but from going over to other countries and blowing countries up and just taking their country.
It could be a cleansing because when you think about it, these racist ideologies is woven into our everyday lives. How clean could it actually be? How clean
it's going to be a cleansing. It could be a cleansing, but it's going to be a whole lot of cash eyes. Because so it has to be that okay, let's take for instance last weekend when Texas got flooded. When the governor came on, he didn't care. He didn't care at all. He didn't come on with no empathy, no compassion. Oh, well, it was just their time to die, and God gonna do things his way. None of that. So we got to get rid of those people, which is really honestly in America. It's a small percentage, I'm sorry, it's a small percentage, but they carry a lot of weight because racism and evil carries a lot of weight. Because we talk about people from the Appalachian Mountains, probably got that one, two, maybe two, maybe three or something. You know what I'm saying? They never want anything out of life, so they live like hoarders. You know what I'm saying? Their house, you could just walk through the house. They don't have a screen door, none of that going on. You just walk in. You know what I mean? You have those people, and then you have your filthy rich that want to be richer, and their plan is to make sure that their generation, family generation, kids, grandkids, great grand, on down the line, will be like the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, and the Rothschilds. Never have to work on a job, just always owning something and having workers on their payroll. So that little small percentage, with them not having Medicaid and not having SNAP and, and things like that, they may just go on away on their own. We hope.
Let's hope so.
We hope.
Let's hope so.
Guess what? You can't buy no milk. You can't buy no bread, and the coal mines are closed. Been closed for some years. So how you gonna get some money? And then if you come out from up there and come down here into the city with the bullshit, then you probably gonna get in the jaw. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, I'm just saying that it's gonna take the good white people that care, and they haven't really started to feel it yet. They starting to come through. They seeping through a little.
They see it, yeah. They see it
a little bit, but it's gonna take a greater percentage of them, not the billionaires. It's only 83 billionaires in America. So we're not talking about, and they could run the whole country and take it. And their idea of taking America is to make it an island of just retreat and luxury. And the rest of us.
The problem with that is they not putting in consideration that somebody gotta run it. It takes us broke or don't have enough middle class people to run this thing that they want, because they can't do everything. Because they're not going to clean no beds. They're not sweeping no floors. They're not doing the accounting. They're not doing the marketing. They're not doing all of these things.
Well, they feel like they will call them peasants.
But the peasants is what keeps your stuff running.
And they'll get the right ones in line. They'll get the ones that no speak of English, don't understand. All she know is clean the room.
Them immigrants. Can't get the immigrants.
Well, not all non-English speaking are immigrants. Hell, we all immigrants in some shape, form, or fashion. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you and I, we were born on American soil. We've been raised on American soil all the way back to my great-grandmother. Matter of fact, my great-great-grandmother. You know, they were all born on American soil, but all of us, even the Europeans, they were indigenous people coming out of Europe. They didn't want them over there. So they came over here because they wanted their own land. So they came over here and they killed the Indians and they took the land. So their plan is a Mar-a-Lago. America just going to be this big old Mar-a-Lago, like what Trump got going on in Florida, because he's still going to be in charge. And then once he's not in charge, it'll be his son. Then after his son, it'll be his son.
Them people sold that place to him.
Well, races anyway. So, but what we're dealing with is we're going to have to be more grassroots community and help each other. We're going to have to show them that no matter what y'all try to thrust upon us, we can make it. You know what I mean? We can survive this, but we got to unify, even with some of our
others that we don't have the greatest relationship with. If the goal is the same, then we can work with them. Look, if we got the same vision in mind, we got the same goal, we can put all that other stuff behind us and make it do what it do.
And it's to survive, because when we're out in the streets and we're feeding, it's not just Black people out there.
No, it's not.
You know what I'm saying? And we have not one time said, "Oh, you white." Even though my grandmama told us coming up, there should not be one white person suffering or starving because they had one up on everybody else. They're white. But we didn't go, "Oh no, you get no plate, you white. Shit, you white man, you get no," you know what I'm saying? You feed everybody. You know what I'm saying? You pass out hygiene products to everybody and hope they can find a shower or a tub. You know what I'm saying? And you just, because that's how we love.
Yep.
I only dislike the ones that dislike me. You know what I'm saying? And I know the ones that dislike me because their neck be red right up in here. And they be red. And those be the racist ones because they just look at you and be like, and I smile and stuff, and I be like, oh my God, he is so damn racist. You know what I'm saying?
With kindness.
But he don't even know why, because he's not even educated enough to know the history of why he feels the way he feels. You know, he just know from his grandparents and great-grandparents and great-grandparents that you do not let a person of color succeed. So when President Obama came in and did 8 years, they ruined their lives. Baby, he ruined their lives. You see what I'm saying? They trying to come back from that. And then Biden, you had the nerve to come in here and be president.
Right after.
And then bring this Black woman in here to be the VP. Oh, we're going to get y'all. It's a revenge tour now.
Revenge tour. I love it.
You know, that is a revenge tour because they don't even see the fact that, you know, I'm not hating on nobody that but I can see you and I can tell by the way you look at me and the way you want to get away from me. You know what I'm saying? You want to step back in the line, you know, like I might have leprosy or something, you just going to jump on you. You know what I mean? So America have a long way to go, but it's going to have to be cleansed from the bottom all the way up, meaning that some of the Republican Party is holding. Democrats still have some that'll fight for us. You know, Jasmine Crockett, AOC will fight. You know, they still got some younger ones in there. The
baby, her last name Princess. I can't remember her last name, but baby, Princess be getting on them. I be watching her.
Princella, Queen Maker Princella.
There we go. Her. She be on.
She ate Candace Owens up. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, her name Princella. And do you know she's an ex-military sergeant?
Really? Oh, so she knows what she's talking about.
She knows exactly what she's talking about. She talking firsthand experience. When she want to get, I follow her. When she want to get down, you know, and be like, she'll pop them goals in the mouth and give it to you. But when it's time to talk intelligent and she educated, she take them out. You know what I'm saying? And you know, so it's like we got to understand that Democrats, their problem is they don't want to let go. Maxine Water, 86 years old. Yeah, you standing up there yesterday and you talking or whatever, that's fine. But go and kick it with the great grandkids. You know what I'm saying? Go read them a
You need
bedtime.
to be an advisor, not a part of it.
Right.
That makes sense.
Pass on your knowledge to the next
Yes,
generation.
yes.
It's kind of like when people would go to work, like back in the days, they go to Lockheed, they would go to General Motors when it was here before they, shipped it off. People go in there, work their 30 years, they come out, they pass along, they get their sons and daughters on, nieces and nephews, grandkids, whatever you pass. You got to pass that thing down in their politics too. But see, it's a greed to it. It's greed. You know what I mean? Once they get them spots, they don't want to leave.
Yes and no. I feel like yes and no, because I think when they started, people were more willing to fight for something. People were more willing to sacrifice. And so as they're getting older, you're not seeing as much. You're not seeing people willing to sacrifice. It's all about me, 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 me. So if they leave, then what do we have?
Well, what we have to understand is after Dr. King got killed, it left anyway. Because Andrew Young, Jesse Jackson, John Lewis. You know what I'm saying? They didn't keep fighting. They got comfortable. They got really comfortable. And then it jumped off in 2008 when you had this black man to come up here and say he wanted for president. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It jumped off. And then they forgot. Because now you're dealing with a different breed of people. See, back then you could slap a black man and he'll stand there and just take it like a man because he's part of the movement to get this point across. So my kids can have a little bit of freedom.
And now you slap somebody, you can slap back. But here's what? Nothing gets done. There's no balance. Gets done.
Under the balance. Under that.
That's why I think the older people can't. They feel like they can't leave because these generations now, us, you included, there's no balance. It's either, bitch, I'm gonna pop you in the head or I'm just gonna walk away. So there's no balance, and they feel like I can't
balance because you don't have anybody. The new generation that we have now, they don't have nobody on their level speaking to them.
No.
They're not gonna let me to the front of the line because I'm not gonna tell them to turn the other cheek. You know what I'm saying? I'm like Malcolm X, by any means necessary. Like Malcolm X said, if somebody hits you, you hit them back. Somebody try to kill you, you try to kill them, you try to send them to the cemetery. You know what I mean? This is what you do. Dr. King, I love Dr. King. I love everything he represents. But he was turning the other cheek. Now ain't no turning no cheek because it's a different parenting, not parenting the same. For our history of black people, for the culture, for our elderly, for the people that have the knowledge that gives us, there's no more, they don't have that love no more. Everybody want to blame it on trauma. Oh, I was traumatized as a child because my mama used to call me, stupid and dumb. Okay, well, you need to let that go, baby. At some point, you're at 67. When you gonna cut that off and let that go? You can't
they soft. As hard as they are, they soft.
Go to therapy and talk to your therapist. Get somebody neutral.
No, therapy for white people. We can't do therapy. We can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, goodbye. That's the problem. We need some of that.
And that's the problem. These kids out, like the girl that killed the lady at the McDonald's. What was your purpose to go home and get a knife and come back to stab her to death? Because you don't like authority. You don't want nobody telling you what to do on the job. You think it's your job. You think that you're supposed to go in there and do what you want to do, work the hours you want to work, do the position.
It's somebody else's job.
Yeah. Because
somebody else cutting your check.
Because parents catch their back on everything. When they jump on people at school, the parents go, my child didn't do that with a bonnet on the head and fluffy house shoes and stuff. My child didn't do that. Yes, your child is the problem. But now we see where the problem comes from. Yeah. See, people don't want to take accountability, girl, and responsibility for nothing. Now, one thing I have to say that I agree with the Republicans, if your ass is able-bodied to go to work, you should have been had a job. Man don't work, don't eat. You should have been had a job.
I agree with that.
It's not, we're going to take care of you. Assistance is we help you in the areas that you need help in. Now, if you're going to work every day and, they're not paying you enough to pay your rent, we assist you and help you pay your rent. Or if you don't have enough to get groceries, we will assist you. But throughout the years, we have people they call the welfare queens. That
not black folks. I just want to put that out there.
Not all black. No, because the majority of people that get assistance are white.
Yes. While they living on beach houses and they own it. Their husband owns it. They put it on Section 8. And then they got the Section 8 voucher to live in this beach house.
But they only spotlight black people.
They don't, yes, because they want us to leave it alone. That's why it become a problem. But back to what you said about, yeah, if you able-bodied to work, the problem with what they did though is they lowered the threshold. So you got to work 80 hours a month, which makes sense, don't get me wrong. Yes, work like 80 hours a month. Right now it's $400. If you make more than $400, you are not eligible. But if I'm working 80 hours a month, yeah, $400 a month. So you're telling me, and this is, I feel like the reason a lot of people say, forget it, I'm going to stay on there, because $400, I can go to work for a week and make $450 for that week. Mm-hmm. But I can't, at $450 a month, I can't support a household. But if you're giving me $600 worth of food stamps for the month, I can feed my house off that $650. So why would I go to work?
But you should be able to pay the rent too, because your rent ain't but $50.
No, that's what I'm saying. Even people who don't get Section 8, Section 8 ain't easy to get.
I know.
So Section 8 not easy to get. So we're talking about people who live and they pay their full rent. People that pay $1,200 for a 1-bedroom. If I go to work and I'm only making $450 a week, I can't get no assistance. But $450 a week does not put food in my house. It don't pay my electric bill. It don't put gas in my car. It does nothing. So I'd rather stay at home to get these things because I can make more money there. So it's a catch-22. I feel like
it is because it's on the individual level. What do you want out of life?
What do you want out of life?
What do you want to teach your kids?
This also says what they did in this big beautiful bill was from $400 to $250 a month. So again, if you make more than $250 a month, you don't get nothing no way. But I still got to work 80 hours a week. 80 hours a month. So where's that balance? I feel like
it's called second job.
How you going to work a second job if you're in school, you're going to work?
Are you talking about a student or are you talking about a parent?
Either way. I'm just saying, let's be logical. Okay.
Because I'm gonna take the Queenmaker says that the poorest people pop out the most kids.
Because they know that if I make more than $400 a month, I can't live. But I can get some food stamps. And if I have 3 kids, I'm gonna at least get $1,000. I can take $500 of those dollars and put in my house. For another $500, I can make some money off of that if I go out and sell it. I'm making more money here with this than I am if I go out there and work and I got 1 kid.
But then let's talk about something you just said. If you go out and sell it. Okay, so my thing is the government is kind enough to give you these, food stamps. Why would you go and sell them? Why are you selling them? Why are you hustling?
Because if I got 5 kids, they still need shoes. They still need clothes. I still got to pay my electric bill. I might not have a man. Just say there's no man around. There's no family. And you got these 4 or 5 kids. They still need stuff. They still need toothbrushes. We ain't even going to talk about big stuff. We just going to talk about the little things. They need toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, rubber bands, hair bows, lotion.
They need life. But what I'm saying is, so shouldn't a woman, and I'm not going to say the man too, because but shouldn't a woman know, okay, now I done popped out this second child, am I going to keep on being, want assistance from the government, or am I going to get up and get a job or educate myself where I can take care of my kids myself? What the decision? Because we have some people that are just out, but you've never been lazy. You have 2 children, but you've never been lazy. You have lazy people.
So I'm even going to say myself, at the time I had 2 kids, how the hell am I going to go to work? Because I had a 7-year-old and a 6-month-old. Who going to pay daycare? Daycare even then was $150 a week. How can I pay for daycare? Oh, I need some help. I can go get CAPS, which is daycare assistance. And I did go get CAPS. It took me 2 years to get it. Because at one point I made $1.17 too much. So because I made $1.17 too much, but I still couldn't pay my full rent, how the hell does that work? That means stay your ass at home. I messed up. I need to figure out some decisions. What I did, I learned how to hustle.
You have to learn how to have some on the side, but then we have to go back to the grassroots. What's wrong with letting Auntie Betty keep the kids? You know what I'm saying?
Because Auntie Betty beat your ass when you was a kid, so I can't trust Auntie Betty with mine. Auntie Betty got 15 kids of her own. Auntie Betty got a full-time job, and she might be selfish and don't want to deal with your kids.
But so, what if she's a babysitter?
What if Auntie Betty a babysitter? I don't want my child running around Auntie Betty nasty roach infested house with the rest of them kids.
Well, yeah. Because
that shit comes to my house. And then when I say something to Auntie Betty, she want to fight because I'm messing up her stamps and her cigarette money and her this. So yes, I know the government can't put in all of those extenuating circumstances. But I think what I am saying is I think it's something that as a community, when we put these labels and tags on people, men and women, we need to think about the extenuating circumstances. And then you bring up men. If a man had these 2-3 kids with this woman who ain't shit, and he got his kids, and he ends up taking them, guess what? Those kids still have to go in the system, even though that's their daddy, because maybe the kids weren't legitimized or because they weren't married. How fair is that? You're going to put them kids in the system and then you're going to put that man on child support to pay those kids, pay for somebody else to keep them when I'm trying to get my kids. That's not right.
Well, see, when I was growing up as a child in the late 60s and the 70s and things like that, we as a culture back then, it wasn't no such thing as putting your child in the foster care system. Children didn't go into the system.
But now the government wants to put them there if it's a man that takes care of the kids. You can't say as a government, I don't want all these women on government assistance, but then when a man comes to pick up their kid, you block them from the kid and say, well, you got to put them in foster care. You got to pick and choose. You can't do both. Then we also can't put men down who try to take care of their kids.
So then we go back to grassroots community organizations where we pull together and try to see about our people, where that man don't have to ask the government for nothing. That woman don't have to ask the government for nothing. Get your shit together. Get yourself together. Let's try to work with you. Get you some resources that you need that can help you. You know what I mean? And stop thinking that, well, I can always, because see, it just got to the point where it was all about everybody wants something from the government. Us as a nonprofit, we want grants so we can run the organization. They want Section 8 vouchers. They want food stamps. They want, health care.
So shit, that's what they there for.
That's what they there for if an individual don't want to get up off their ass and do nothing.
If an individual don't want to get out their ass and do nothing, I think everything needs a time limit.
Right. There you go. Just like the term limits, and we need term limits for the senators and Republicans up in because the House of Congress never been a woman in the House of Congress. You know what I'm saying? Never been a woman. So we need term limits on everything across this country in order to make things work because people get complacent.
They get complacent.
They get all right with it. Now, don't get me wrong. We have some mental health out here. Yes, we do. But here's my thing. We're going to say Future. If you're dealing with a guy, you're dealing with Future. Future already got 9 kids by 6 different women. Why you gonna have a baby? You think you're gonna change him and make him better? It doesn't change the cycle.
It doesn't.
It does not change the cycle. But what they can do is, after you have that second baby, and we see that you may have a little mental retardation going on, we're gonna tie your tools and burn them so we can fix this situation.
But see, that's the woman. What about him? He is okay.
He needs to have a vasectomy.
Okay, because I'm gonna say he get to go out there.
This should have been fixed. Once they saw, they should have been calling him in and saying, "Look, you gotta have a vasectomy." But the thing about it is, none of his women are on government assistance because he have to pay his child support. They own him like white on rice, so he ain't got no choice. They ain't getting no stamps in government and all that. We're talking about the ones that have watched their grandmothers and their great grandmothers and their mothers and all that get it, who just don't want to go to work.
Yeah,
they just don't want to go to work.
I think because they realize or they see that it's more lucrative. The sad part about it is,
but is
y'all don't want to go to work, but y'all don't have no side hustle on the side.
Is it really more lucrative, or is it? I got to report to somebody every 6 months, telling them what I'm doing, what I'm going, where I'm. Let you come in my house, open up my closet or whatever, and maybe they might not do it exactly like that no more, because social workers scared to go to people's house now because they might not come back out. But there was a time when you had to open up your closet and they had to make sure. Is that I would rather work 2 jobs and hustle on the side.
and hustle on the side. Don't get me wrong. I would rather. I
You know,
promise you, I do.
I
I
don't
would.
need the government in my business. You already in my business with my social security number, knowing how much I make an hour, knowing how much I make a year, knowing how much I'm getting back on my taxes. I be damn if I need you in my house talking about, oh, you bought something? Oh, you
Yes.
got a new iron. Where did iron come from? You know what I'm saying? Can nobody give you no gift? You know what I'm saying? No,
Mhm.
no.
For
That's when
me,
the
I would
individual has
rather
to
go to
make
work.
a decision.
Yeah.
It's all about how you're raised, and it's all about where you come from, and it's all around about the people that you are around. We as Black people have to stop saying, I ain't going to therapy, I'm going to church. Church is not church no more. Church is a business, and the pastor is the pimp. And he gonna talk you out of your money, and you're gonna put your tithes in that little bucket, and then you're gonna go home and don't have no lights. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to call the church and say, well, I tithe every Sunday. Oh, well, I'm sorry, Miss Jones, we can't help you this month. We've already issued out how we're going to help. But he riding around in a $6 million airplane and a Rolls
Well,
Royce
that's why I love my pastor.
and
Look,
a
'cause
Bentley. You
baby,
know what I'm saying? Because see, when I was coming up, the pastor had a job. And the money that we did put into the church, we saw it because guess what? The
they
pastor,
had to pay building.
they
They
paid,
had to
and
pay
guess what?
light.
And the pastor and the deacons and all them would help expand the back of the building. They did it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? They have to call in this $1.6 billion construction service to come and put this one room on the back of the damn church. You know what I'm saying? And charge you 1.5 million. So they built the back of the church. They made
Mm-hmm.
sure we had picnic area in the summertime for summer school and all of that. People did that.
They work together.
People
They
did
work
that.
together.
Now, guess what? You can't even pay nobody, girl, to come and fix nothing, black or white.
No.
You can't even pay them. We'll be there in a couple of days. You called a couple of days. I thought oh yeah, we coming. It's on the schedule. Now the Mexicans, you'll get here quicker. You know what I'm saying? But when you start talking about the Caucasians and the blacks, black African American blacks or whatever, because I've never been to
Yeah.
Africa. I don't know nobody. I'm not going to say I'm African American because I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I might go back to the history generation and find out all my folks came from Ireland some damn well. You know what I'm saying? Be surprised. I'm just saying. My grandmama, her daddy was a white man. I mean, we don't know.
We don't know. Thank God. Look, I did mine. I got some Negro.
I
And
think
that
we got
27%
a little
white.
bit. If I send you a picture from the family reunion, yeah, we got some. Yeah, we definitely got some Negroes. Definitely got some Negroes, but they mixed in with the Caucasians and all of that down through them. I'm definitely Negro, black, whatever.
Use a Negro.
I'm just saying, people have to be on the individual, and I'm definitely a Negro. And girl, I get upset if somebody says something different. I have a fit. And every time you mix me what?
Anger and happiness? Yes, I
Yeah.
mix.
But I just think people need to educate themselves, educate your kids. Please educate your kids on Black history. You know what I'm saying? Give them the history. Because a lot of people, it's so many people that have done things for this country throughout the years, and nobody know nothing about them.
Nobody know.
You got some Black women that started churches and started stores and, and opened up. Even know. I'm telling you, girl, when Paul Williams from the Fast and Furious got killed, my niece then was so distraught. Girl, you would have thought that they had just hung out with him the night before and he'd been they buddy like this. They was tight like this for many, many years. Nelson Mandela died. They're like, who's Nelson Mandela?
Wow. That
So
says a lot.
we have to do the work. It's just like, well, what is going on now? We're gonna have to have a revolution. And a lot of people gonna die.
So you want a revolution?
And a lot of people, we're going to lose a lot of people. Because trust me, if I wasn't here with my mom 24/7, baby, I'd be trying to find a group down there that I can march with. You know that. Because I don't have no problem marching. Where we going, D.C.? All right, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my cremation already paid for and everything. If I don't make it back, y'all just try to find the body and just, you know what I'm saying? And we good. You know what I mean? But what we have to realize is we can't sit down. Yeah, I know the 92%. We're sitting down now, and I'm joining them. But that's only because I'm caregiving for my mama. Because, baby, nope. I'll be right down there with Gerald Greaves now. Right down there,
We just got to figure out how we can help those that are out there marching. How can we help while we're sitting down?
Well, they have links where you can send, make donations and stuff so they can, get water and food. And if they have to go to another city, they can get hotel rooms. They have all of that. They
So
have
we'll
all
put those links down here so that we can help, as
of
well as links for other grassroots organizations like Confident Woman that's here in the city. We start working with another one, PKLT. We can put their links down. There's a lot of organizations that are sitting, as Stacey said, but not sitting. We just ain't out there in the hustle and bustle.
I mean, but we are. I mean, I feel like I'm out there. I'm a part of this because I post what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because the news on TV, you're not going to get it. But you're going to get it on TikTok. You're going to get it. Well, TikTok going away in March. And then that's when I'm probably completely going to come off social media. Because TikTok is the only really social media platform in the world. Now, they have Red Note, but that's for China. But I'm too old time I speaking. You know what I'm saying? I could probably learn it by just see translation and then, translate back or whatever. But my thing is TikTok is the realest. And they're getting ready to cancel it out. They're going to start canceling it out in September. By March, it's going to be America. It's going to be America owned, and I'm not rolling with that because you've lied to us all these years about America was the best country in the world. Oh, you can't get it here, you can't get it nowhere, and we're finding out that to be, a cock-a-boo-boo. So we got to do it ourselves. And like you said, we'll put the links on next week. I'll make sure I get them. Then
I'm gonna put them on the bottom of this video, so don't worry. When this video posts, it'll be on there.
Okay, cool. Because NAACP link, you know what I'm saying? You just have to find out which town is getting out doing. See, that's what it is. You got to go in and see, who doing the groundwork. They got, let's say the people, you know what I'm saying? Unite the people. Oh, it's all kind of things out there, girl. That's, you know what I'm saying? All kind of organizations, they have come together. And all they want is just some water. Because now they're telling us not to come out. Black people don't come out. Because see, we know if y'all come out, they finna come out here and start shooting. You know what I'm saying? Them folks ain't ready to die for the cause. See, they don't have none of that right there ready to die for this shit. They don't have that.
They don't. They don't.
They got that. We want to be on TikTok. Well, TikTok. We're at the march. We're at the protest for, stop Trump. Stop Trump. All that's great. But baby, when you want to really get something changed, the water hose gonna be put on you. The dogs gonna come out there.
Goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Maxine Waters. Because they don't have those people anymore. Because we don't have those people anymore.
We do have those people. They just won't let us in. They won't let us in. You think they ain't ready to go to the front of the line with the bullhorn? I'll be 61. I don't have no kids.
How many of you out there ready to go to the front of the line with the bullhorn?
It's a whole bunch ready to go to the front of the line.
Because I know you can't, but where they at?
They can't either because they can't. The YT people told us don't come out there yet.
Why?
We waiting.
Waiting for what?
We waiting so they can say, well, y'all come on and join us because we need help because we ain't going to get none of this done without y'all.
Oh, they know they can't get none done without it. But I just
your husband is one. Your husband will go to the front of the line. Ken Watto, Q Harper, Mark Bell. Girl, there's so many people. Revolutionary Collective out of Chicago. Melanie Angel is the director of that organization. Baby, it's some organizations ready to go. Now, are they ready to die?
I guess that's what I mean.
Oh, okay. That's
who's ready for the water hoses? Who's ready for the dogs?
Yeah.
Back then,
you gotta have heart to do that.
They had the heart to do it. Now it's a little different. We don't have that heart. So that's what I mean.
Jordans, though, they'll fight for them Jordans. They'll stand in line and jump on somebody to pay $300 for them Jordans. But you're not going to pay $300 and stand in line and have a bullhorn and talk about the future of your children that you keep birthing.
That part.
And we won't even talk about how they used a young lady over there as an incubator. You know what I'm saying? Until they can remove that baby from her. But that's another time too. We have so much to cover over the next few weeks. We just wanted to come on, put something out here, and let you guys know that we're still here. I'm not in a nursing home because I get
that with you.
I'm not in a nursing home. I get that with you. So we're going to be, doing it. We'll probably come back on later tonight, this evening, because all of a sudden my family has called out of the blue and, they want to bust some moves. You know what I mean? So, they just called, it's like, she's sitting at the house. She don't have nothing to do.
Yeah.
You
That
know,
one cracks me up. Oh, they work for themselves. They ain't got nothing to do.
they at the house, they work at home, they do everything at home. So we're gonna call her and tell her that we coming over there, and then we going to Whole Foods.
I stay at home. I don't want to go nowhere. Well, I forgot about my niece's baby shower, so
I do want a salad though, I ain't gonna lie. And I really I know I could make it, but I do,
and look,
and they got
this
some
will
Whole
this
Foods
will
got
make
good
me get up. It
stuff.
makes me feel not so bad. The
Mhm.
baby shower at the Mexican restaurant. We all know I love the Mexican
And,
restaurant.
and girl, drink a drink for me. And yeah. So we're gonna, we just wanted to jump on podcast world to let you guys know that Stacy in Chicago, we here. We're not going anywhere. We're gonna be here until the good Lord blow the horn and say whoop whoop, time up. But I don't see
Mhm.
that happening no time soon. But I can't, don't count it out now, because here today, go
Lord,
tomorrow.
you got
We're
me.
dropping like flies. But we're hoping for a little bit of longevity. I'm hoping for some longevity so I can get some of my Social Security money that I put into the system. I know they might sound like, oh, she being greedy. She being selfish. I started working at 15, baby, and I'm
Run
16.
me my
Still working.
change.
Run me my money. Run it.
Hmm.
Run it. Run it.
Run
Even if I don't get but 2 years of it,
is
don't make
mine.
me feel like you pimp me. We'll come back and hunt all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For long like this, otherwise I'll run me my money. But people, we love you guys. And you can always Chicago's gonna put the email, the website. We're gonna start doing better with the Confident Woman website, because I've had several people to say, but ain't nothing changed. It's still the same thing. Okay, we're gonna
And all y'all folks that say ain't nothing changed, y'all need to come on and join the revolution. Be a part of the team, because it
be a
takes a
part of the
team to
team.
run an organization.
But we want to see movement. What you doing? I said, girl, right now, lifing.
Paying bills, because
But
all
I
we got
promise
is
you,
cheap eggs.
let me tell you something. If you send anything donated to Confident Woman, you best believe, baby, it's going back out to somebody. Just don't think we haven't paid somebody light bill. Don't think we haven't got Miss Greer her medicine or paid her power bill. Don't never think that. You know what I mean?
Don't think we didn't just help somebody in North Carolina
Oh,
with some toiletries for the babies.
okay. So don't think just I'm gonna send them $25 and yeah, baby, because
It goes. It
I'm not
goes.
blocking my blessing by taking nothing from nobody. Okay,
There it
I
is.
don't have to take anything from nobody. You know what I'm
Go
saying?
work.
So that's not how we have built this organization through the years. We have
Mhm.
some dedicated donors that would tell you when we go out there to feed, baby, it be real food on burners and stuff. So we don't take anything. If you donate
No.
us something, you best believe it's gonna go. If it ain't nothing but for a Pampers or some formula, or pay for a hotel room, because it's somebody in need every day. So
Yeah.
don't think one time, because we don't have to do that. We hustlers, baby. We're gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get it from the ground up. Believe that. And I'm not taking nothing from nobody, because I don't want my blessing to be blocked behind them $25. No.
What's $25 gonna do? That's the
They
case
buy some
of damn
pampers.
eggs. Don't
Well,
get me
you buy
started.
some pampers.
That's it.
They buy some
But speaking of feeding, August 31st, we will be
Monday.
out feeding. So you'll start seeing flyers and everything for donations for our August 31st feeding. We want to probably get another one in, but we want to really focus on August 31st, Thanksgiving and Christmas feeding.
Right.
So we're gonna be working on those. So think about when it's time to start cleaning out y'all cabinets. We might be asking for canned goods. We got to figure out how
And
y'all gonna
gentle
get them to us.
clothing. We need
And
gently,
clothing.
clean clothes that hadn't been roughly worn. You know what I'm saying? Because we do have kids out here that, when it's time to go back to school, they're not going to get, what I'm saying?
Mhm.
They just want some clean clothes so they can go and get an education. Those are the ones I love the most.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
they be like, we'll take whatever you give. We're not asking for no drugs. No, we just need some clothes. So
You just
yes,
need some clothes.
please, what I'm saying, donate clothes and personal hygiene products and things of that nature.
Mhm.
Please do that. Because
And
we're
if you
going.
know how we can get them from large corporations in bulk so that we can go back, please share that information. Like, let
Please.
us know so that
Mhm.
we can help the masses and do some great things. So we appreciate that.
We definitely do. And
Mm.
guess what? We will see you all later, because I got to get up and get tidied up. I don't want to go to Whole Food.
I know. I'm getting
We
up.
just wanted to come on and say hello and let you know that we love you guys and we are here. We're not going anywhere until it's time for us to go in. And Chicago just 41, so she got a whole lot more years to go. Now, me on the other hand, it might be 61. It's really
Yeah,
day now, but I'm ready for it. It doesn't matter. I'm good. Because I
that
know my
is.
heart in the right place, my mind, body, soul, all of that. So I'm good, I'm good.
All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here, but we'll talk to you
And
soon.
remember, follow Get Your Shit. Because we're gonna put out the blueprints of how you can actually get your
Get
shit.
your shit.
How you can actually get your shit. See
Yeah.
you guys next time.
Hey, bro, we on the radio.